Okay, spawning in the bottom are FSU member SirColveskey is our blue Protoss, and spawning at the top in the yellow, which still ironically has a purple tone to it because it's Zerg, is legit as Dine says he's too legit to quit.
Yep.
Actually, he might be too tired to play, so I don't know.
Well, no, I think our Sir over here is the one who's too tired to play, son.
Yeah.
Now, you said FSU at the beginning of that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you explain?
He's actually part of the FSU Florida State clan.
Oh. I wasn't sure if you were talking the CSL stuff or not, so.
No, because one thing I didn't know until recently, because I'm an old bastard, is I did not know that colleges actually have StarCraft teams.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know there was a collegiate level. I also didn't know there were collegiate level paintball. I mean,
Yeah.
that did not exist when I was young. But
Many things didn't, Brian.
Yeah. Hey man, Asteroids was awesome. I don't
Oh,
care
it
what
was,
you say.
dude. I'll still play that.
Yeah.
Still do.
We're gonna be in the the global Asteroids League.
Yes.
Both of us are in the top 2 right now, so if anyone else wants to join, we're both undefeated. And I do like this with the drone. I don't know about you. I never trust a probe.
Oh,
so
no. I always tag something onto a pro.
Yeah, I will chase. I mean, I don't care. I'll chase it back till I die at their base if I have to. But you are not going to circle back around with that. You're not, you're just not going to.
Too much tricky Protoss stuff. So let a pylon go up if I can stop it.
Yeah, absolutely.
My main practice partner anyway, is Protoss. So, yeah. You gotta get used to that.
Now, which of y'all is better?
I don't know. At this point, I'd say we're fairly even. He was actually better than me for a very long time. I did not take a game off him for a good, almost a year. A real game off him. I would take every once in a while, like I do a cheesy, like 5 racks all-in insane thing, and I'd take him because he was fast expanding or whatever. But
right.
Now it's a lot more even. Now, he's definitely better as far as micro and unit control goes and decision making. I'm just better at macro than he is.
Yeah.
But that's because I spent a good 3 weeks in custom games doing nothing but getting my APM up and figuring out my macro.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I spend a lot more time on the macro game because one of the things that is deceptive when you start playing this game, as we do have the expansion going up for our Zerg here at, it looks like it was like a 21 expand. One thing that is a little misleading towards the beginning and when you're learning this game is the real concept behind.
Or Protoss.
You can go 2 gas there. On a supply blocked, but right now he's just gonna be chronoing anyway. So.
Well, you don't want chrono if you're supply blocked. And he's chrono.
Hey, you want to chrono that?
Chrono
You want to chrono that? Yeah, that warp gate out. I typically won't like what he's pulling out now. That Zealot Sentry Stalker is about all you need at the very beginning to hold any early aggression while you're getting the rest of the gates going.
Especially from Zerg, because you're looking at more melee units. Especially this early, so one force field just shuts that down completely.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing that gets missed a lot in the lower games for anyone that's listening is people get so stuck on build orders and compositions and things of that nature and forget about the concept of how fast can you get to a 200 and how fast can you replenish it, and that, if you can get to 200 faster than your opponent, and if you can reproduce that army faster, then the absolute wrong composition will still work.
Oh yeah. You have no clue how many games I've won. We have another move command. The Zealot just makes it through all those Zerglings rushing at the Protoss base right now. He does cancel his pylons, decides not to expand. He gets the
there
bad
is a
force
tiny
field.
hole.
Oh,
But now they are completely trapped. And now it's
He
just
doesn't. He only has enough energy for one more force field.
yeah. We got another warp in coming. He's
Wait,
gonna
another
need
second.
the force field. There we go. Force fields again. Good hold there, as he got a good bit of. Let's see how many that was.
Oh,
He was able to pick off 9 units, losing only 1. And the one he lost would have just been his zealot that ran over, as we see Starport play rolling in.
I really like to see Starport play in PvZ.
Yeah. This is I have a Protoss friend who loves this map, and he ninjas his starports every single time he plays a Zerg. As we continue to see this pressure coming forward, he's going to need to get more sentries
That's
out.
with that expansion.
Yeah, it's canceled off. He's going to need to just keep getting. There we go. One force field. He's going to trap these guys in and getting free hits. They are able to, though. They are attacking the gateway, and so he does need another force field to hold that gateway piece, because it did lose its shield and a little bit of its life. It's going to take a little bit to come back. But he
This
was
is
able
something
to.
that not all players know. If you chrono boost that gateway, the shields will regen a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
So especially in this moment, it's good to chrono boost that building since it's your main wall.
Yeah. And when he's sitting right now where he's got 4 chronos to use, I mean, chronoing all those gates one more time would be, to get that 1 extra warp in would be well worth it.
Oh yeah.
As he is trying to push these Zerg back when he knows he needs to expand. You just can't support airplay on one base whatsoever.
Just not enough gas income to try and do that. It needs to go for a Void Ray first. See if he goes Phoenix behind this. I do like Void Ray Phoenix, especially against Zerg. It's so great to be able to pick off Overlords, run in, pick off a Queen. You force 4 crawlers that otherwise the Zerg does not want to get. Double Evo Chamber coming down for the Zerg as well.
We had a game recently where Protoss went nothing on Zerg. He went nothing but Phoenixes.
With control,
Nothing.
you could pull that off.
Yeah, he was an amazing player. He had so many. He was picking up everything and just killing it. And I was like, oh my!
Are you talking about the 2v2 tournament?
Yes.
Yes, I was there.
Man,
I watched
was
that game after I got destroyed twice.
Man, that was just unbelievable.
Yeah, that was
all right.
great.
Now, Roach is coming in next.
And backing right
Hold
up.
on. Let's get all this together.
Those force fields are just going to be able to chop this up if he catches it. He's losing zealots in the meantime, though.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
going to lose a sentry.
Yeah.
He's able to catch those roaches, though. It's going to help push this back.
Definitely got that. He got everything. He lays really good force fields there.
Great job trapping those roaches.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think he did not lose a sentry there at all, correct?
He
I think it was
lost
just zealots he lost. 1 sentry lost? Okay.
Which,
We do.
very good trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll trade one sentry for that many Zerglings and roaches.
Oh, absolutely. And we do have a Void Ray that's continuing to supply block. Just using the harassment factor, it's going to get one more down.
Void Ray worked its way out.
Yeah, and now it's going to go up against the Queen. This is actually a pretty tough battle here. He will win it. But if they go head-to-head, it really does finish quite close. Oh, and now focusing down the Spire as well.
Oh, but you have a second Queen popping, so he's going to be able to push this Void back. You don't want to take whole damage on your Void Ray like that. You want to try and avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do have an Overlord coming in here to scout, but it's going to be taken out immediately by these Stalkers in this Void Ray.
Yeah, this is giving him a good chance to continually supply block his opponent right now.
Trying to do a little Zealot poke in here.
And here he goes again. He's about to be even more supply blocks. Now we're down to, he's got to just pump them out.
You can't spread your Overlords like that whenever you have Void Rays on the map.
Yeah, we do see a Void Ray go down to the mutes. At this point, just pulling up Stalkers out. And he had vision on that other Overlord. I'm surprised he didn't go after it. And he is now supply blocked himself. What better to do when you supply block? Throw down. There we go. He's doing my thing. It's time for an upgrade anyway.
Gateways.
Yeah,
We're
exactly. We're going to get some extra gas rolling here, Another good rule of thumb here is when you're supporting, gates and air is dropping, 2, at least 2 pylons each time that you're dropping. It's just a good, helpful rule to kind of give you some, because you're going to use that one so fast.
Right, once you're
And
above 4 gateways, you really need to start building 2 pylons at a time.
and we are, as much as Sir Kolmaneski was put behind on his first expansion, he's now getting his third up altogether, and we've got our Zerg still rolling on 2, and 2 is not enough to support real heavy mute play. So Stalkers will be able. Ooh, Fleet Beacon rolling its way out.
Ooh.
And Fleet and Fleet.
That's a really quick Fleet Beacon.
Yeah. I wonder. I want to just preemptively guess that we're going to see a mothership pull into this.
Yeah, that feels right. If we see
Yeah.
carriers, I'm going to be a little worried, especially with all the mutas out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And I love he has one Phoenix, our Protoss player, just patrolling around, looking for Overlord, scouting. Just
Yeah,
need a few more.
absolutely.
That's great play.
Yeah, and interesting that legit did see these zealots sitting on the Zelnaga. I'm really surprised he didn't come in with his mutes and go ahead and try to take those.
Yeah, those are
Just
3
a
kills
freebie.
right there.
Yeah, and we do see legit going ahead and getting his third as well. But we do have the
Very far
first-
behind though.
Yeah, a little bit farther than where he wants it.
Yeah.
As he's sliding over to get some more gas, because he's just down to 12 gas right now as he's trying to push in more mutes.
That's a strange third though, I have to say.
Oh, look, the Fleet Beacon's being used to get the
The Phoenix upgrade?
Phoenix range.
I don't see that very often.
Yeah, only seen that used once, and it can be very annoying.
It'll just allow you to kite those mutas.
Yeah, and here he goes doing.
Oh, he's gonna lose.
Oh, he walks right into the wrong
Almost
position,
lost the
but
Phoenix there.
yeah, but he can't. As that upgrade finishes up, he's going to be able to continue to. If he keeps pushing out more Phoenixes, then
Yes, stopped
and-
Phoenix production though.
there it is, mothership on the way.
Right.
Um,
Will we be lucky enough to see an awesome recall?
Yeah, absolutely. As this queen stops it, and again, I'm really surprised these mutes are not just taking those 3 zealots out.
Yeah. What's really bad is these 3 zealots are just a hair away from seeing this expansion right here.
Mhm.
I personally don't like taking my third right here.
Mm-mm.
It's too out in the open.
Yeah.
There's 3 paths for you to take to try and get it. Oh, it's
All right, so he
actually
goes
taking
in, attacking the queen. At the same time, he's going to pull phoenixes around. So as one attack hits there, here we go. Worker up, dead. Oh, they both lifted. Oh,
Us gonna get an Overlord. Pick that up. Needs to get out of here though.
yeah, loses a phoenix on there. And there he is getting to do a little bit of kite play right there. If he can continue to play that well, then
Well, we do need to get some splash damage in here for our Protoss player though.
absolutely, as he's continuing to strike from a distance, and he needs to keep getting some more. Yeah, we've seen him supply block himself several times, and both of them are. I mean, legit is supply blocked. He's getting 6 more going right now, which will get him up to the supply he needs. We do see Sir going ahead and getting his 4th, which is going to again put him a base up. And at this point, with the amount of minerals that are rolling, I'm really surprised that we're not seeing more gates. Or he's got blink. Go ahead and get charged to go along with that. Because he does have a decent amount of zealots on the map.
Our Protoss player is taking his 4th. The only problem is both players have stopped worker production at this point. And let's see, both players, we have 38 drones to 51 probes.
This Overlord, this mothership could play a huge part in this engagement right here, as we do not have overseers here
But
whatsoever.
we do not have enough energy for Vortex yet, though. We're getting close. He's about 10 seconds away. But the army he's facing is scary if he gets one overseer.
It's interesting. He actually is rallying his army. He's got this one that's just trying to just trick him into position. As he's going and clearing those, trying to clear those rocks, try to give himself a little bit of a better surround going. Oh, Brood Lord, no, Overseer's coming out.
On the way. They do look so similar. I was wondering, how do we have Brood Lord?
Yeah, I was like, we totally missed that, you know. Here we go. Will the Vortex throw?
No, it will not.
No Vortex thrown. He really just wanted the...
Clean up these.
Oh, and leaving the sentries behind.
That's why you need splash damage. Against, especially that Zergling Roach composition.
Yeah.
One Storm, one Colossus can do a whole lot of damage right there. Yeah. That battle a completely different way.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this point, carriers trying to come out are not going to be effective, even if they can come out in time.
These roaches are...
It's going to take some incredible blink micro to pull this off.
The roaches are doing so much damage, you just can't blink in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to fight this.
Trying to get this high ground up here. He's doing a good job. He's trying to kite behind. He's had to pull all workers off that natural. Still not been able to completely get this cleaned up as more are coming in now. Takes the high ground, does a real good job going up high on that. Trying to force, using one to force it closer.
He needs to save this expansion though.
He is doing a good job with his blink. There's such a volume difference.
There's just a continuous rally of roaches coming in.
Yeah, and with no sentries to back this play, you can't get these divided up into a smaller clump. Come on. Oh, sentry falls before it can lay a force field.
At that point, I want to back up my ramp and just use that force field at my ramp.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the carrier is going to help clean this up. It needs not push too far forward because if it walks into mutes, it's in trouble. Making those interceptors just as fast as you possibly can. Our Zerg player
does have 8 mutas on the field, but they're back at his home base.
Yeah, really. But yeah, force field is kind of missing a little bit, and now that we got the mutes out, the carrier going to be in trouble. It's not being pulled back yet.
Well, he does pick off the muta list before it takes any real damage.
And this is showing how slow these are pushing out. Even with the interceptors on the map, they're still doing a lot of damage.
There's just not enough for a Protoss player.
Yeah. And he's got to have a base somewhere. Yeah, he's got full chrono on his 4th. Well, he needs to chrono out that second carrier if he wants to try to stay in this.
You see that? He's floating 2k minerals. I would have really liked to see a bunch of gates go down. He does lose his Twilight. That's going to stall out his upgrades completely.
Yeah. Interceptor just can't do enough. I mean, roaches are so powerful. More gates are powered down. Mute is going to fall, but everything's going to be powered down. There we go. We've got one producing building.
And I think officially all of the tech structures are now powered down.
Yeah, he's got one cannon back here, still 2 cannons firing. One counter put out of commission, and this is the frustration of any Protoss who's dealt with Zerg in the air, that roaches can just take the damage. It takes so long.
I actually thought carriers would do a little better against roaches than they're doing. I think Voiders would have probably been better at this point.
Yeah, well, part of this is the 1-1 upgrades against the 0-0 upgrades also. And now that third carrier is not going to come out, as he is trying to go ahead and get an expansion going over to the side. He's got some gates back up now. He's pulling in some stalkers.
He needs to chrono those gates. He needs. There it goes.
There we go. And he needs to get these stalkers into the battle because he can't afford for more buildings to be powered down. as he's abandoning this base as well. Workers are rolling into this fight now. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not.
Yeah, I think that was just a misclick. Well, he's bringing 2 back now. That's a little strange. Protoss is going to clean this up, but he's down to 19 probes.
Yeah, and nothing producing right now. It's interesting, we're not seeing Zerg producing anything right now. It's really surprising.
He's sitting on... Now he's using up his larva. That's good.
Yeah, more roaches, one more mute. It's going to take some serious micro to try to pull this off. He still has roaches in Sir's main. And at this point, Sir needs to just push forward and see what he can do, because right now
if he gives the Protoss time, it's going to be dangerous. They're both on 2 base. And actually, our Protoss set up a 3rd down here in the corner as well, getting a bunch more gateways put up. Now, the problem with that is there's a little Artosis pylon right there in the middle. So the Rooks can come in and just pick that off, and those gates are just done.
Absolutely.
But he has to restart his tech from the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm really, really surprised here that, you know, now that we have gates up again, now that we've got this, why has he not pulled off of his 3rd and repowered up these 3 gates?
Looks like he did forget he rebuilt his cyber core, so he ended up building it at that corner base as well.
Yeah, and at this point, even though you're not riding the gas, get the zealots out. You know, get units.
Put zealots.
Yeah.
They don't fare great against roaches, but that's what you can do for right now.
Yeah.
Now he isn't going to get these other gateways powered up at his 3rd, so he's going to be sitting on 7 gates. But Zerg
really,
is just rocketing into supply, already doubling the supply of his opponent. The only problem for our Zerg is he just doesn't have an economy. He stopped making drones way too early, and then lost a lot of drones.
It's interesting. He's got gases. Sir has gases back up. He's not using any of them.
Might just be in the heat of the moment. He forgot to rally workers into gas.
We've got 6 more zealots in. We've got Zerg producing nothing at this point. Still holding on these 3 bases. Finally going after a 4th, but it's not really a 4th.
The Raptors are going to take down those carriers.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
Quickly. And then you have 2 stalkers and a few zealots coming up.
Oh, and he's pushing them out in the front too. That's just not a good idea. They just retreat too slow.
Yeah, you can't really micro a carrier very well.
Yeah, he lost 2 interceptors there. He's having to remake 2. I'm really surprised that, I mean, like I said,
Roach is pushing up. Looks like the Zerg's going to just try and take this down.
Yeah.
And those carriers are just going to evaporate to the Corruptors.
Carrier 1 gone. 2 gone.
And it's great to have this warp into Zealots, but Zealots aren't going to do anything to those Roaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't even kill a Roach in that battle. And just Zealots do not fare well. Eat one Roach down.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's starting to power down again. He's still only able to warp in Zealots again. And he's going to lose this, what was his 4th. Now, he's still riding a lot of minerals, and I'm just really surprised that we're not seeing gas production
at all.
Yeah, I mean, none of these
he has
gas.
I would at least throw up cannons at this point. The amount of money he has.
Yeah,
even if you can't warp, just get cannons.
Did he get another forge back up?
Oh,
no,
he never lost his forge.
Oh, that's right.
And it actually stayed powered.
Yeah,
it was like the only thing that did.
Oh, he's pulling. I got this. That's funny. He's definitely trying his best to fight back. He's now mineraled out.
You have to give that to him. He's not giving up. A lot of people
giving
up at this point.
How many get powered down from this one? Nothing's powered down yet. It's about to be. And I think the biggest flaw that he had there on trying to come back was not getting gas again.
Yeah.
He started riding.
If he'd gotten stalkers out, it would have gone a little bit differently. I still think Zerg had the upper hand this entire battle. Even with stalkers, Zerg would have had the upper hand. But it wouldn't have been like this.
Yeah. because there for a while when it was, if he could have continued to get more stalkers in with the carriers that were doing damage as well, those 16 interceptors were hurting.
Because you need
Not-
something to protect those carriers.
Yeah,
Especially with all these corruptors out. You can't leave them alone.
absolutely.
These two stalkers are trying their best to pick off roaches, but
And this last base in the bottom right corner is getting attacked now as well. Moving into... It's just funny, he's still not mining gas, even on his natural. Which is a shame because he actually has really good blink control.
yeah. He did really well holding off that
Yeah,
foot.
absolutely. And that gets awarded to legit.
Replay saved.
Let me go ahead and report that one. And that one went to... was on Cloud Kingdom. Okay, the rest of the games follow back to back, so